Hey everyone, my name is David Spratte and welcome to Carpe Sweat Series episode number 5. Last episode, episode 4, I talked about the difference between Qbrexza and over-the-counter antiperspirants. So last week's episode, episode 4, we went over Qbrexza, Dermira's new topical anticholinergic product, and I gave you a deep dive into how to use the product, where to get it, and what it does and the side effects associated. So in this week's episode, I'm going to dive into the difference between antiperspirants and deodorants. What is each and how are they different? Why are they different? And what should each of them be used for? Not a lot of people know, so we're going to talk about it. So remember, send me, david@carpelotion.com, your sweat story for a chance to be featured on the Carpe Sweat Series and win some Carpe product to help stop your sweat. We start every episode with an embarrassing story of myself after I ask you for your sweat stories. So, my embarrassing story. My freshman year of high school, I was 4 foot 10 inches. I was 15 years old and 4'10", but I didn't really know it. Like, I didn't know I was short. I didn't feel like I was short. Everyone was taller than me, like a lot taller than me, but it didn't like, never processed. It never really like sank into my head that I was, a foot plus shorter than everyone else. So I didn't care about it. Homecoming comes around and I wanted to ask this girl named Adelie. I had a crush on her. So I go and ask her and she says yes and I was really happy. And 5-6 years later, all my friends are perusing my Facebook page and find this picture of myself and my date. And I was about a foot shorter than her, no joke. And then in the pictures, my friends like to play like a where's David, where's Waldo type of thing, because all the guys are supposed to stand in the back and the girls like, kind of like bend down, sorority squat in the front. And even after everyone like sorority squat in the front, you still can't see me. So I'm like in the back row, just like my eyes are kind of like popping out and you kind of see my forehead. And it's really embarrassing. Everyone laughs at me for it now. But anyways, so let's talk about antiperspirants and deodorants. So antiperspirants, if you see antiperspirant on a label, that means that product reduces sweat by at least 20%. And what it also means is that it has an active ingredient like aluminum chlorohydrate or aluminum zirconium or aluminum sesquichlorohydrate that's specifically designed and approved by the FDA in a final monograph to be used in antiperspirants to help reduce sweat. If something says deodorant, then it's not specifically designed to help stop sweat. It just usually has a scent and makes you smell good. However, something to realize and to understand is that a lot of the malodor from your pits comes from sweat. So the sweat actually kind of allows for the production of bacteria, which then releases malodor and makes you smell bad. So if you stop the sweat, you stop the smell. Deodorants are not designed to stop the sweat. They usually just have scents and they don't have active ingredients that are designed to help reduce sweat. If you're in the aisle and you don't care about your sweat, then you really just need a deodorant. If you really care about reducing your sweat and stopping the sweat in your pits and maybe other areas, then you want an antiperspirant. Now, a lot of products are going to say antiperspirant/deodorant, and that means that they have both qualities. So they help reduce sweat and they also have a scent to help you smell good. Most people are looking for an antiperspirant and deodorant, and so that's what you want to be looking for. But don't be fooled and don't buy a deodorant thinking that it's going to help stop your sweat, because it's not. The deodorant's going to mask the malodor caused by the sweat and then make things worse. So you really want to look for that antiperspirant if you're trying to reduce your sweat. Antiperspirants are considered to be over-the-counter drugs, so they're actually going to have a drug facts label. Deodorants are more like cosmetics. They don't need a drug facts label or anything like that. Why? Because they don't have active ingredients. So the antiperspirants have those active ingredients that are approved by the FDA to help reduce sweat. Deodorants do not have those active ingredients and they don't aid in the reduction of sweat. They just help with smell. So another thing to consider when looking at antiperspirants and deodorants is that different antiperspirants use different active ingredients. If your intention is to reduce sweat, different active ingredients have different efficacy levels. A lot of deodorant companies will state aluminum-free on the packaging. The purpose of aluminum is to reduce the sweat. Aluminum salts are recognized by the FDA as safe and effective ingredients to use for sweat reduction. The reason these companies advertise aluminum-free is that aluminum got a really bad reputation over time, mainly because these mass emails that went out claiming that aluminum causes cancer and aluminum causes Alzheimer's. There have been a lot of studies on aluminum, and none have found any links to Alzheimer's or cancer. Furthermore, the American Cancer Society goes out of their way to explicitly state on their website that there are no links between aluminum and cancer. Based on scientific research, there aren't any links between Alzheimer's and cancer and aluminum. And really, when deodorant companies state aluminum free, they're really just trying to market and ride the wave of this kind of aluminum-free movement that isn't really backed by science. So with that basically sums up the episode on the difference between antiperspirants and deodorants. Antiperspirants reduce sweat, deodorants help you smell better, so long as you don't start sweating. So that's episode 5. My name is David Spratte. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with me today. And remember, email me your sweat story at david@carpelotion.com. And if you're in CVS, if you're online, check out Carpe Lotion. It's an antiperspirant lotion that helps reduce sweat, helps manage the symptoms of hyperhidrosis or excessive sweat. It's an awesome product. It works extremely well. It works for me. It'll work for you. And if it doesn't, we'll give you your money back. So thanks so much again, and have a great day.